Hi, everyone. So the energy should be a little lighter today. I woke up, actually, I had a rough time sleeping last night, but I always do when we have energetic shifts that happen that were pretty big this week, energetic shifts. I always don't sleep very well. But yeah, the energy should be a little bit lighter with where we have the moon is now in Gemini. It just moved from Taurus to Gemini. And it's trining Mercury and Venus, which are in Libra. And we still have that Mars trining Pluto. And we talked about the ego stuff. And I actually saw it rear its ugly head a couple of times yesterday with people. I was very proud of myself because I can tell that I don't let my ego get triggered as much as I used to, because I very calmly just say, well, these are my boundaries and you can't cross them. There you go. And I don't do it to be mean. I just do it out of respect for myself and my own energy. And it's just interesting when you can trigger a person for saying, I have boundaries, So I've noticed it in my life in the last couple of days. And that's one of the things that I want to teach you guys how to do when we do the self-alignment course. And if you haven't checked out the self-alignment course yet, the information is in the description box below, or you can just go straight to my website. It's on the front page. So you don't have to search for it. But we're really going to learn how to master ourselves and allow ourselves to take responsibility for our own feelings, our own emotions, and allow ourselves to expand on just knowing what your boundaries are and having respect for yourself to set them, And that's been a big thing. A lot of people have asked me, they're like, I don't understand, why do I have to take responsibility for my feelings when somebody hurts me? And I said, well, first of all, when that person hurts you, they're usually triggering something within you that you need to heal. And if that person hurts you, it's up to you on how long you allow yourself to sit in that. That's your responsibility, taking responsibility. And if you continue to allow that person to hurt you over and over and over again, that's your responsibility too. So we learn how and why. Like, why do I have to take responsibility when somebody else hurts me? I answer the questions for that for you. And it's so, yeah, that's part of the course. And this time is a big time to check your ego at the door. I know a lot of people are going through ego deaths right now. So checking your ego at the door and allowing yourself to take responsibility for who you are, and no longer allowing other people to take advantage of you or give them the power or responsibility. Also, Jupiter squaring Neptune this weekend. I probably won't be doing daily readings this weekend. We do have the Reiki, the meditation and Reiki Sunday night. Make sure you register for that if you want to be a part of the Reiki Healing Circle. It was really powerful last week. It was so powerful that we actually had to move from YouTube over to a different platform because it just froze. Like, YouTube wouldn't even let me go live. It just froze. The energy was really strong. So it's really amazing. I got a lot of really awesome feedback because that was the first time I had done it. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be me, putting out Reiki energy for healing to a large group of people. And it was fantastic. And so thank you for everybody who was with us last Sunday. And please join us this Sunday. But Jupiter squaring Neptune, one of the reasons why I'm not going to do a daily reading on Saturday and Sunday is because I don't want to overextend myself, which is what Jupiter squaring Neptune can make a person do. You can get so excited about the projects that you want to do that you overextend yourself. And I can already see how things are starting to fill up really fast. I really wanted to finish the love readings this weekend so I can get started on the generals for October. And I'm running late with the love reading. So like having to cram it all together in one weekend, I didn't also want to have to cram the daily reading in. But definitely be here for the Reiki session, the meditation and Reiki session for Sunday night. And October 5th is the alignment course, and that is going to be on an online workshop, live workshop with me. So let's see what the energy has in the cards today. Yeah, that Jupiter square Neptune, and it's exact tomorrow, but leading up, like this whole week has kind of been leading up to trying not to like overextend yourself or overdo yourself. That's what it's been feeling like. I've felt really good this week, most of the week, after that Pisces full moon on last Friday. It was a good release. There was a lot of sad stuff that happened at the beginning of this week, but it turned out to be more of a blessing than anything. There were some good things that came out of the sadness. So we'll put it that way. Okay. This King of Cups is showing up again. So we have Judgment. We have the King of Cups. And remember the King of Cups, he is the he's the king that has a lot of emotions deep inside, but that doesn't necessarily show them on the outside. Like he can be sort of moody sometimes, but it's more of a he's more of like a happy, he's like one of the happier kings, if you will. Emotionally happier kings. So it's very interesting that somebody is dealing with, I feel like somebody who's watching this is actually dealing with a water sign, or somebody who has a lot of water in their chart, or somebody that has a lot of emotions but doesn't necessarily show them on a regular. So we have Judgment and the King of Cups. We have the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups. I don't know if I showed those to you guys. But I feel like some of you are getting together with friends and have a whole bunch of options to do that this weekend. And I feel like you're almost overthinking it, or like, why can't you do more than one thing? Why do you have to hang out with the same people? That kind of thing. But I also feel like because Judgment is here, there's some kind of karmic lesson that I feel like somebody's learning when it comes to their group of friends or who they hang out with. And I feel like it's time for you to put boundaries up. I feel like it's time, this King of Cups, it feels like this is the person that needs to put up their boundaries. They need to, the Seven of Wands is next to the Seven of Cups down here. It's like they need to put their foot down. I feel like they need to put their foot down. That's what the Judgment card is making me feel. Like it's time. Excuse me, choking on my own spit. It's time. Okay. And it may also have to do with a relationship. Two of Cups. So interesting. And the reason why I'm saying that it's so interesting is I feel like this person, and I feel like it's the King of Cups, that he actually needs to recognize that if he doesn't put up his boundaries when it comes to friendships or the people that he hangs out, it's almost as if he's putting himself in situations that he doesn't need to be putting himself in. Let's clarify them and just see. But it's very interesting. Some of us are not, it's like we're not putting up our boundaries with our friends, or we're not putting our boundaries up with relationships. So it's like you're spending too much time with your significant other, or you're spending too much time with your friends and not, you know what I mean? It's like there needs to be a healthy balance. Oh, there's a card that's flipped over here. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Tower on Judgment. It could be that if this has to do with the relationship, it could be that things are finally coming to a head where you've recognized for a while that you're in something that you need to walk away from, that it hasn't been working for quite some time, or it hasn't been working for a while. And so you're recognizing that it's almost as if like you wake up one day and you say, now's as good of a day as any. And it's where you know that you have to like go your separate ways. You have to walk away from a situation that's not serving you anymore and look at it like, this is something that I have to do. Let's see, the King of Cups. Yeah, and it's all about loving yourself. It's not, see? And this King of Cups can be a queen as well. It doesn't have to be a male that we're talking about. It doesn't have to be a man. It just, this gender keeps on coming out. The King of Cups, or you, I feel like this is the person that is watching this video is the King of Cups. So whatever that means, it may to you. Whether you have water in your chart, whether you're a person that shows a lot of them, or no, whether you're a person that has a lot of emotions but doesn't show a lot, I feel like I'm talking to you. And with that Ace of Cups, it's like he's finally showing up for himself. He, she. Again, it doesn't have to be a man that we're talking about. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun on the Three of Cups. Now, I am not the reader that thinks the Three of Cups is automatically a third-party situation, right? Especially, it really depends on the cards that are around it. But that Seven of Pentacles on the Sun on the Three of Cups is like, I feel like you want to build a life, or it's like you want to build your friend circle in a more healing way, in a more like the capacity for healing is, it's like you want to get together with your soul tribe, but you know that that's something that's just going to come with time. Like you're manifesting a soul tribe to come in. Because when you put your boundaries up, I guarantee you there are going to be some people that don't like the fact that you have boundaries, and they're going to like run the opposite direction. And when it comes to your soul tribe, the people that are like cut from the same cloth, those people are going to love you whether you have boundaries or not. Like they want you to put your boundaries up with them. You know what I mean? And so it feels like this is something that the King of Cups is manifesting. Is a soul tribe. People that are going to love him no matter what. People are, and the more he loves himself, the more he's attracting those kinds of individuals, those kinds of people. So let's see, Seven of Cups. And all of the extra people that are around you right now, the ones that are like, you're like, I don't even really know. It's like a burden. You have way too many options when it comes to who you're going to hang out with, and it's almost become a burden. that 10 of Wands, like you don't have to please everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the person that settles for whatever just because. You don't have to carry this burden anymore. That's what that feels like. And I feel like this is just a big wake-up call, like a realization, like somebody is realizing they have to walk away from a King of Cups and a King of Cups, or it's a King of Cups that's realizing that he has to walk away from other things. And you know what is really, it's so funny because I was actually going to say this over here. But you don't have to carry the burden of having so many options in your life. And you don't have to tell people, I'm putting my boundaries up. Just do it. When they are constantly texting you or constantly bothering you or constantly nagging you to do this or this or this, and you're like, I don't have time for that, right? That moon card on the 7 of Wands, first of all, that moon card is saying you don't have to tell anybody anything. You can keep it to yourself. The other thing that moon card is saying is being really honest with yourself on who you need to have boundaries with. You know? Okay, and then this 2 of Cups. Let's see what this 2 of Cups is. Deep breaths. I feel like some of you are like, who's the 2 of Cups? The 2 of Cups is stable. This is a stable relationship. And I feel, here's the thing, is lying to yourself that this isn't, that something isn't stable because it's not the way that you thought it was going to be. It's not with the person you thought it was going to be with. It's not, you know, it's so funny because people think that like a calm, loving, natural, like organically natural relationship is not stable because it's not like, oh my God, I can't live without you, blah, 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 you know, that kind of thing, right? I want to eat your face. That's what that looked like. I was thinking to myself, it looked like, I want to eat your face. The Ace of Pentacles on the 2 of Cups. It's a stable relationship. And if other people are in your life saying like, no, you're not supposed to be in this relationship or whatever, right? Or you're telling yourself that, you have to have some boundaries even with yourself. You know, the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. So I feel like some people, we have 3 sevens here. And I feel like some people, we have the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands, like all in a row. And I feel like some people feel guilty for putting their boundaries up with like friends that they've had for 20 years or, you know, the people that you thought who were ride or die, and they're not actually ride or die. They're like, what can you give me? Kind of people. I think for this weekend, letting yourself recognize where the parts of your life are unstable and they're still sort of crumbling, and allowing yourself to take responsibility for those emotions and feelings by putting up personal boundaries with other people. I think that's sort of the moral or the story for this weekend, the lesson for this weekend. And I understand the difficulty of having to release people in your life or letting go of people in your life, but I guarantee you that those spots will not be empty for long, because as you love yourself more, you attract your soul tribe, you attract people into your life. And which is another thing that we learn in the self-alignment course workshop. Just had to throw that in there. It's true. Okay, so personal readings are still on sale, 20% off. When that sale is done, I'm going to take a break on personal readings. So if you want to get a personal reading, now is the time to do it. Come hang out with us for the meditation on Sunday night. That information is in the description box below to register. And come spend an afternoon with me, of course, over the internet, for the self-alignment course on October 5th. I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the love readings.